On today's episode of the DeRaud-Messinger Show, we're making our 6A title picks. High school football fans, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. So to begin, it is worth noting that we're having some technical difficulties and hopefully we're back and running within the next week, but we got the Zoom call for you. So Dylan, to begin with 6A, who are some of your sleepers?
Well, Devon, I haven't really been able to look at your face during all these recordings, and I have to say that people are really sleeping on your face. It's very beautiful. I just want to put that out there. But
Kindest thing you've ever said.
Go ahead. But you want to talk about beautiful as well? I want to talk about the beautifulness of the offensive line for the Allen Eagles, Devon. They're led by offensive linemen, and the guys' name I'm going to butcher now, Nito Umeozulu. And offensive lineman.
Good. Let's go.
All right. And then offensive lineman Jackson Newville. They are spearheading an offensive line group that is going to be able to clear ways for running back Jalen Jenkins to really do some damage on the ground, as well as a defense led by Blake Vaughn. Again, they are missing some of their key playmakers from last year, Devon, but I do think that the Allen Eagles will be coming back this year to their glory and making a deep playoff run. And then for my second sleeper, this was a team that was going to be a contender in everyone's eyes going into the year, if not winning it all. But I'm going with South Lake Carroll. Again, they do not have Quinn Ewers this season. They've lost him to Ohio State, which is a big loss, but they do have an offense around him, as well as Riley Dodge at the helm, with wide receiver Landon Sampson with around 1,300 yards last season, tight end RJ Maryland, who had 13 touchdowns, and running back Owen Allen, who had 2,000 yards and 28 touchdowns, Devon. So I think South Lake Carroll is still destined for a deep playoff run this year, even without Quinn Ewers.
Not too shabby. Now, my first sleeper is Midland Legacy. Remember, guys, lead a legacy. There's a name change there. They have 8 returning starters on offense, 6 on defense, and a pretty impressive 9-2 campaign last year before getting, bounced in the playoffs by Euless Trinity and really one of the best games of the whole entire season. But Coach Hartman has a lot of talent coming back, but also a lot of new talent as well. They don't have Mikey Serrano at quarterback anymore, but they have Marcos Davila, who is one of the really premier quarterbacks to be watching, an up-and-comer. He's going to be heading into a sophomore year this year. Then names we're going to butcher, Dylan. It's my turn. The running back, Macklin Young. I could be wrong there. I'm just going to call him Young.
I can't correct you on that one.
Yeah. Last year, he rushed for 1,542 yards and 21 touchdowns. So pretty impressive there. But then to continue on this offensive trend, they got some big boys on that offensive line. Shout out to my cousin, Legend Cabello. He's going to probably be starting this year. I'm watching you. And Seth Heller, his friend. But they are actually talented guys. I'm not just shouting them out just to shout them out. They are like Legend is at least 6'4", but I think they're going to be leading the way on the offensive line. And then my second sleeper, I got Spring. I got to watch them in their playoff game against DeSoto. Now, it was not a good result in the end for Spring, but it was still pretty close. But I'm picking them because they have 8 returners on offense, 9 on defense, and they were also 9-1 last year. And they have Bishop Davenport, probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks in high school football. He threw for 3,000 plus yards and 36 touchdowns, and was also leading the team in rushing, which you don't see too much from the quarterback position. Then another star recruit there, they have Dorian Friend, who is a cornerback. Now, he is not a quarterback's best friend because he likes to get in and, make some deflections, make wide receivers' lives pretty hard, Dylan. But overall, if you're picking a sleeper, I want a good cornerback to lead the way on offense. Now, title picks, Dylan, what do you got for us?
Well, no surprise here. For my first one, I have the Westlake Chaparrals. Devon, if you have Cade Klubnik, who is now the undisputed #1 quarterback in Texas with Quinn Ewers leaving to Ohio State, it's hard not to pick these guys. They've got a lot of guys coming back. He's even got Jaden Greathouse, his wide receiver from last year, coming back. So he's still got that rapport with the offense, as well as an experienced offensive line. So, Devin, if you have one of the best quarterbacks and one of the best offensive lines, chances are you're going to have a lot of success. Now, they do have a young defense. They are retooling in that aspect, so that is some of the chink in their armor going into this year. But I do think that they will be repeating as champions again. And now with my second pick, I'm going to be going to Galena North Shore. It's a retooling. They're retooling a quarterback, but Devin, I think they're going to be returning to a Glean North Shore of old this season.
Okay, Coach K, you trust there. Now, in coaches I trust, Coach Dodge. So my first title pick is going with Westlake.
Oh.
As you mentioned, Klubnik is now the top quarterback in Texas officially. He also won the Elite 11 competition this summer, so he's been proving it on the field. Obviously, won a championship last year. Was a part of the championship team his sophomore year as a kind of I don't know, role player of a quarterback, but he was only a sophomore at the time. And then, as you said, Jaden Greathouse is a great target for him. They also have Keaton Kubeka, who was hurt for much of last year, but I'm telling you guys, he's got talent on film. And then, as Dylan said, offensive line. I mean, you can literally list the guys here. They have Connor Robertson, a Longhorns commit, Bray Lynch, a recruit that I believe is 3 stars. And then they had a big transfer in TJ Shanahan, who I think came from Florida. He's, I believe, a 4-star, but he might be in contention for that 5th star. So Cade is going to be upright and in the pocket for most of the time. And then also defense is the question mark for Westlake. They lost a lot of talent, but in terms of coordinators, I don't think there's probably a better coordinator offensive or defensively than Tony Salazar for the Chaparrals. So I trust them. And for my second championship pick, Dylan, this is where I really could have thrown a fit and, you know, just taken forever to do it. But I'm going to also go double down on the in Coach Dodge I trust. I want to pick Southlake Carroll and Riley Dodge here. Now, I know no Quinn Ewers, and that is obviously a big deal, but they still have a lot of returners. They have, let's see, 5 on offense and 9 on defense. And the critical point is the 9 on defense, because last year their defense was not good, to be quite frank. But now they have the returning starters from that group. Maybe they can gel and improve a little bit. And then who's replacing Quinn Ewers? Well, that will be Caden Anderson, who I believe by the end of the year will also be a star recruit. Maybe not to Ewers' level, just because, as Dylan, you can note, and he's going to your rival school in Ohio State, Ewers is one of a kind and one of the top quarterback prospects of all time. As a Longhorns fan, that hurts for me to say too, but you know, best of luck to him. But Caden Anderson, I believe, is going to be leading the way. As you said, he's got Landon Sampson, RJ Maryland, and that defense is really, like Westlake, is the question that needs to be answered. But I believe by December, it will be a better unit, and I'm going to pick them. But teams that I also considered, Dylan said North Shore. I was really close to picking Duncanville, except I don't know what Duncanville is going to be rolling out at quarterback. But Coach Samples, we love him. He's going to probably, you know, have some 5-star guy there ready to play. So if they have talent at quarterback, I would not be doubting Coach Samples. And, you know, Katie as well. Katie's usually at the D2 level of 6A, so I can't really pick them for D1. But if they do fall in D1, I think they're the way to go. But what do you guys think about the 6A classification? Let us know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.